appears the subject's programming is beginning to take hold.
We've got a job to do. We've known each other for years. Fought together, bled together, been through the hell of Vietnam together. We've got a job to do.
And now the training's complete. You just need to give the subject a name.
Dan. Dan, we've got a job to do. In the shadows. He'll send us in to find them.
126 Actual. Target is in the main house. You have execute authority.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
If he lives and we die, his truth becomes written and ours is lost.
Your cities will surrender, broken and weak. We will not fail.
They were hostages.
When you take the gloves off, you get blood on your hands, Kyle. That's how it works. We get dirty, and the world stays clean. That's the mission.
How quickly they forget that all it takes to change the course of history is the will of a single man.
It's not over yet. Trust me.
The CIA's analysts consider him to be the single largest threat to free will.
Did you get the plane I ordered?
That's a hell of a request, but give me enough time and I can have one parked outside.
They got Mountain Dew, they got Doritos, they got,
Do they really? They do not.
I'm serious. These guys are there drinking Mountain Dew, playing a game.
Are you being cheeky, Dan?
I have mad respect for you. You've earned my respect.
There is no higher duty. There is no higher honor. The entire free world will benefit. I know you won't fail us.
I'm a goddamn onion, Mason. You should know that.
Later, Belle. Please. Thank you so much for having me. Honestly, it's so fun, and I love talking about this.
Hey, Danny, again, I think you're special. What you do is special. You're goddamn good at this.
I'll have to do it again. Thanks so much, man.
Anytime. Pleasure, man. Take care.
Take care.
Appreciate you,
appreciate you too.
wanting to be involved, and thank you for all the work you're doing in the space and keeping people involved in the game, and I think it's just beautiful, and it's just...
Welcome, everybody. How are we all doing today? How'd you like that intro? Still gonna tweak a few things, maybe shorten it up a bit, give it a bit more flavor, but did it get you pumped? Did it get you pumped? How are you all doing? We are moments away from our chat with Bravo 6 going dark, Captain John Price. You want me to get rid of slow mode? Memes are everywhere. Beast Boy, Fizzy Phil, Jacob. Who needs vodka? Who else we got here? Damn, that intro is like an anime intro. You reckon? Did it get you pumped up? Now, I'm using my webcam camera at the moment, so the quality is a bit off. Steven, how you doing? But I will get that 4K camera in. Now, guys, wait till you see our next few guests. Oh, man, I can't reveal anything at the moment, but wow. If we can pull them off, we're laughing. We are on fire. How y'all doing? What time is it where you are? How's that music, eh? Turn it down a bit. Best intro. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Just Vincent. Nice to see you, man. FBI. Over in the Discord. Guys, are you in my Discord? Tell me you're in it. Hadir, how you doing? Epic, yeah? The intro was a trailer. That was great, man. Tashin, how you doing? We in an interview with Jeff Leach, Ghost. Epic music, 8:56, 7 a.m, 7:55, Australia. Good evening. Good to see another Aussie in here, brother. How you doing? We should probably be heading to bed soon, but we got Captain Price in here. And he's moments away. He actually, if you follow him on Instagram, make sure you follow me as well, but he has posted on his story and his pages that he is raring to go for this interview with yours truly. Now, that intro was sick. I slapped. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the intro. Alana, my girlfriend's sister, edited that one down for us in a day. Gave her the clips, bang. So she's done a phenomenal job. And we will have to refine it, retune it, and we'll get it perfect. Guys, I hope you've been enjoying the videos I've been putting out, as well as Hitman, Call of Duty. But guys, if you can see my screen right here, it's time for our chat with Barry. I need a 1 in the chat if you want me to admit him. And a 2 if you don't. I mean, if I see any 2s, I'll be shocked. 1 in the chat, we're getting him in. Oh, this music's epic, man. Guys, if I don't put it in slow mode, I won't be able to read a damn thing. Dead set won't be able to read a damn thing. And we're getting the 1s. All right, boys, girls. Nathan, a 2, really? Come on, man. Let's get him in. Barry Sloane. Barry, you there, brother? Hey! How you doing, man? How you been?
I'm good. How are you?
Great to have you on the show, man. Thanks for taking the time.
Of course, it's a pleasure. No problem at all. I've got my dog with me, so if you hear any random noises or, in fact, barking, that's what it is. But she's all right. She should be quite quiet.
What sort of dog?
Golden Retriever.
Same here. Same
yeah?
here.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Puppy, 1 year old. How old's yours?
Nice. Yeah, she's just over 1. Yes, she is. You know. Come on.
Aren't they the cutest dog in the world, eh?
Yeah, she's gorgeous. She's from America because we were living there for a while. So she's got her own passport. She's now in the UK, so she's first of her kind of her breed.
So are you in London at the moment or over in America?
I'm in England. Yeah.
You're
I'm
in England.
Yeah. We're over here now.
How's COVID going over there?
It's still going.
Yeah. How are you keeping busy?
We're okay. Very thankfully, everybody in our immediate close family is healthy and well. So, we're very thankful for that. And we're in the countryside, so it's pretty quiet where we are, we're lucky and blessed with that. But yeah, it's I think we're reaching a point where we're getting towards an end for all of us, which is great. But we just make sure we get there. Eh?
I tell you what, the chat's blowing up with the legend has arrived, the myth, the legend. Tell me, when you landed this role, how were you feeling?
Oh, it was immense. It was a crazy one, to be honest, because there's a lot of secret stuff that goes on when you audition for games of this size, and so you tend to just get told that it's a AAA video game. So you're like, okay, that's going to be one of a couple, and then it's a military one. So okay, you can narrow that down as well. But the sides that I actually got to begin with were for a completely different named character, and so I learned it in my native tongue. So I did it in the Scouse accent here, and I did a little bit of Liverpool, and went in there, and it was very lucky for me because I'd come off the back of a couple of years training in the military. So I was with the military, I should say. I'm not going to profess to have been in the military. With the military, and so I was quite prepped and relaxed. So when I walked in, I just laid this guy down, and then it was going pretty well, because then we start to move to proficiency on the weapons and stuff like that as you move around. Because when you audition for these games, for this game in particular, it's just a huge warehouse, huge amount of space with cameras all around it, so that basically you've got the whole space to work in. So it's like theatre. So you just go in, and I had a big speech to give and a few scenes to play out, and like a few rooms to clear and stuff, just so they can see your movements as well as you.
So you're yelling the whole time, or
I was doing a bit of yelling, yeah. I was a bit, there's a mixture, but it definitely involves yelling at people to get the fuck down usually. At some point, he's requiring something of someone usually.
Yeah, exactly. It must be It must have been sort of a surreal experience when you finally get that call that you're in a Call of Duty game. This is the biggest gaming series, or one of ever.
Well, absolutely, and just to finish, at the end of that audition, then Taylor, the director, actually is getting me to speak, and he writes down on a piece of paper, say these words, and it says, "Under my command, Captain John Price, you have execute authority." And so I was like, this is before I've got the gig, by the way. So this is just so I lay it. Is this guy going to be cool with it or what? And so, so he did. So I do that. I leave, and then my friend Mitch, who's he's a member of SEAL Team 6, and he trained me a couple of years, and he's part of the team that work on Call of Duty as well. So I was out for dinner later that day, and I just got a text off him saying, "Captain Price?" with a question mark. And I was like, "Oh, fuck, okay."
Surely the nerves kick in there. No?
Yeah, not that he knew, but to get a little text off a member of Dev Group to say Captain Price was quite of a highlight. You know what I mean? So I was all right with that.
Oh wow, that's unbelievable. Have you played the games at that time? Or
I'd played the originals, and I'd played as Price. And one of the games, the levels I really enjoyed was All Gillied Up back in the day. So to kind of go full circle and to get to play as him was nuts. So the best thing about it was, so then when I booked the gig, I then had to re-get all the games and play through, which as a married
research,
don't normally get that amount of time. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm putting the hours in here, love. I'm trying to work out what's going on. So I played through the games again, the ones I could get my hands on anyway, the remastered ones, and watched a load of great content that people like yourself put up about Call of Duty, and it's a great place online now to get all the information you need about these guys. So I was very lucky in that sense.
It's got to be tough though to battle with nostalgia. All the, he's one of the most beloved characters coming into the role. Yeah. How do you deal with that pressure?
Well, first of all, I like pressure. I like. I'm just letting this dog out. Give me a sec.
It's all good.
Go on, sweetheart, go. I don't mind pressure. I don't mind a challenge. But secondly, I didn't feel any, because what Billy Murray had done with Price was so iconic and so brilliant that I pretty much had a free hit at it. I mean, I wasn't going to try and completely imitate what he'd done, because what I had differing to what Billy had done was I was moving the guy, and it was my face.
He was just
my
voice, wasn't he? You're actually performance capture. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it says a lot for the quality of Billy as an actor, actually, that he was only voice. And, you know, and I said when I got the job, you know, if it wasn't for what he'd done with it, nobody would give a shit about Captain Price. So I, got my hat to that performance from the start. But I knew that I had a free chance to retell it. And we had to flesh him out more and make him more three-dimensional. I mean, a lot of the stuff with Price in the first games was monologues. You know, brilliantly written, iconic things. But if I was just sat there talking to people saying those things in the level of cutscenes that we have now, you'd be like, we just get to the next level while he's going on about?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Make a cup of tea. Oh, it's a good day to die today. Pass me that tea, Sergeant. You know, so you're like, we had to flesh him out, make him feel more real, and so, you know, once I've got the voice down, and I did kind of lean into Billy a little bit on that because I needed to honour what he'd done, but I didn't want to copy it. So there's elements of what he did, but I just went for it.
I don't want to kiss your ass, but my God, you did a phenomenal job, brother. You really did. You knocked it out of the park. You deserve that Bafta nomination as well. I had to laugh though at your Instagram post with the Jim Carrey video. That is hilarious. That video. I gotta love Jim.
100%. You know, I'm very much like that. I mean,
yeah.
You know, and especially at a time like now, you just perspective of what it is. You know, I was made up to get a Bafta nomination. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that's huge. When you do something, you're like, wow, it's nice that some of your peers have looked at it and some professionals within the industry have looked at it and said, yeah, good work. But you know,
well, especially because it's your first video game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's not a bad way to kick it off.
And the size of this video game, it may very well be my last. I can just do this one and then quit it, I think, to be honest. I mean, the problem with video game and this voice now is that there'll be an element of typecasting, I feel, with that voice. So we'll stay. I don't mind. If you're gonna do one video game, then do Call of Duty. Do you know what I mean? Or do Super Mario, or do something like that. But it's totally fine. Super Mario, show my age there. See there, Super Mario.
No, it's still
one for the kids there, obviously.
Still around. Clement Sleet says, have you met Billy Murray before?
I have Twitter met the man. So we did a lot of talking on Twitter and having a word. And I'm sure our paths will cross going forward. But no, I've never met him, never worked with him, unfortunately. But I'd love to do that if the opportunity came up.
What was it like working with all the guys on this game? And because I'm guessing you met on set.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was a long time ago now. It was probably 3.5 years ago, I think. A long time.
Surely you should be getting ready for the sequel soon.
Well, the world once the world fixes itself, we can start to fix ourselves. But it was great, and I loved the whole cast. They're all fantastic. A lot of talent in that room. It requires it. This type of acting requires it. You can't really blag it. You know, it's there's no hiding place with 78 cameras on you at any one time. So you better. I
was going to say, must be intimidating with all the cameras and the dots on your body and that silly suit they make you wear. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it is restrictive, but again, I think I was lucky in that I just come off the back of doing a show called Six, where I was playing a SEAL, and you know, you've got the full gear on, the full kit, the helmet, mics, you know, holding the weapon and they made us have the full steel plates in as well. So I was used to acting in a very restrictive way, you know, and so when putting the helmets on and having the camera there and putting the stuff on felt very like home to me, to be honest. So I was lucky in that sense.
I need to watch that show. I'm sorry, I haven't watched it yet, but
well,
I
will. Just means you've got 10 episodes of fantastic television to get to. And I mean, I'm not a big one to say, watch this, watch all my stuff. But anyone who's a fan of Call of Duty is gonna love that show. I mean, it was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. From the start of it, getting to work with, members of SEAL Team 6, train with them, be beaten down by them in a SEAL Hell Week, live fire weapons training with them, tactical maneuvers, house clearances, all kinds. I mean, just I can't imagine what that would cost if some producer wasn't paying for it for me. So it's like, you
wow,
know, it was a ride. Yeah.
Is that getting a season 3?
No, unfortunately, the History Channel have no taste, and they decided the 2 seasons, allegedly, I must say, they decided not to make a third, but it still stands alone in those two seasons as it is.
Yeah.
So I think you'll still enjoy it.
I'll definitely check it out after this. So going back to Price, how did you tackle the voice? How do you get to that level? Because you just switched it on earlier, like just like that.
Yeah.
Is it that easy for you now? Because you've done so many cameos and stuff like that, which they're brilliant, by the way. Those cameos.
Oh, thanks. I enjoy those. It sits very low in the throat, and so when I'm doing the long sessions for a lot of the battle chatter and things like that, I have to split those sessions up quite a lot. A lot of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it really does start to take.
Does damage.
Does the strain? Yeah, it really does. Because it's lower than my register, and when I do it, and you'll see it in the motion capture a lot. There's a lot of it comes out in the performance capture. It wasn't 100% intentional all the time, but he does a lot of this, right? When he's doing Price, he does this when he's talking to people. Now that is partly me, because to get the voice, it requires me kind of sitting into my throat a little, and so I kind of have to push back on the glottal and the kind of on the voice box. So that's why why Price sometimes talks to people with his head like this, because that's just me trying to squeeze his voice out of my body. But it's a lot of fun, and as soon as it's one of those things. It's like I remember seeing it with the EA Sports guy, like back in the day. And when I see people's eyes, yeah, I wish that's a gig. But like when I do the voice for people and you see like their eyes, lights up, they're excited by it. It's a cool feeling, like to be, to kind of people not expect that to come out of a human being in real. You know what I mean? It's like whoa. So yeah, that's fun.
You probably won't be using that voice in any movies or TV shows, eh?
No, I don't. I've done me one Cockney now. That's it. That's me done. I don't like to play Southerners too much anyway, so I can just play Northerners. I'm all right with that. That's fine.
Yeah. Where are you originally from?
I'm from Liverpool.
Liverpool. Okay.
Yeah. So.
And now you're in London just for the acting gig, I guess. Yeah.
I'm all over, to be honest. One of the things about if you're gonna do acting seriously, you've got to be comfortable with just going wherever you need to go. And so, thank God, my wife and family are very understanding and just kind of jump on planes and trains and buses and wherever we need to go, we go.
Because Infinity Ward are in LA?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So how did that work with Warzone? Because you were in some of those cutscenes that came out recently. Did you do them at home? Everything we kind of did. So from the first thing I did for Call of Duty from my garage in Los Angeles was there was a commercial where I was flying a plane as Captain Price that came out a little bit. I don't know if it was in your territory or not, but it came out. I don't know if it was.
And I was like doing it I had to put the beard on, and I was flying the plane. And we actually shot that because it was in like about April time, so it was like peak COVID, where nobody, everyone was fearful of even seeing another human being at that point. So it was like they basically brought all the gear and like dropped it outside my garage, and in big bags. And I had to set it all up, so I set up like 3 big cameras, a whole lighting rig, green screen, the cockpit set, everything.
My God.
And then I had by Zoom, I had the whole production team from their homes kind of saying, adjust this light, change this thing. I was doing the hair and makeup.
Oh my God, really?
Oh, yeah. And then we sent it over.
That's
and the
insane.
same thing. Yeah, so we shot that, and then when I saw it put together, it looked great. So that was fun. So and then they've got these amazing kits that they've sent out to all of us during this time as well. So I've done pretty much all the Warzone stuff has been from my house, which has been cool. And then all the Call of Duty Mobile stuff as well. I've done from
of course,
from my house as well.
Completely forgot about mobile. That's huge, that game as well.
Yeah, it's big. I mean, I haven't played it myself, but I'm up to date with what's going on because I've been doing the voice on it for a while. So,
are you a Warzone player at all? Because I know
Chad
Chad is.
Yeah, I'm not good like them. I'm not good. They've got the hours to put in, and they're getting decent. But I sneak on there. I do sneak on there, and I am using the Captain Price skin. I'm not egotistical, but I am playing as myself. And I just go on there. I like the ones where the battle royals where you come in and respawn and get killed and come back in and try and kill as many people as possible. That one I enjoyed a lot.
The one where you can die a bunch of times.
Yeah, that one. I like that.
Steve-O Plays says, how do you hope for Captain Price to grow as a character, and do you compare him to your character from 6? Love your work, Barry. Can't wait for more. From Steve-O Plays.
Thank you very much. That's very kind. Well, I mean, it's interesting because I'm intrigued. I actually have got a phone call with Infinity Ward next week or so. Maybe we'll get into it a little bit, but I'm intrigued to see where they go with it because we've set the chessboard up now, kind of at the beginning of the original games. So, but we've got a new universe. So I don't know. I know obviously Soap's arrived, which is exciting news. So we're going to see the start of that friendship relationship between the captain and Soap there, obviously, which is iconic. See how that goes. I mean, what I would say is interesting is I don't think we're going to be shocked in the same ways, but obviously they're not going to shock us with the same thing. So I mean, that's what's interesting about being an actor in these type of games. I don't think anyone's safe really. You know what I mean? Because
I think you might be all right, but.
The only reason I feel like I'm safe is because Captain Price cannot die. He's 300 years old, so it's not impossible. But everybody else should be a little bit nervous. But I don't know where they're going to go with it. But the more, I'd like to see I'd like to see a bit of an origins. Maybe we did a little bit of it, but a bit more origins of each character. Captain Price,
I tell you what, I can't wait for that next game because I was just going through the cutscenes again today. Just getting a refresher, and that ending scene where you're going through the squad, man, I had chills in that scene. Just chills.
Yeah, I remember getting awesome. That. It got in my inbox and I was looking at it and I was like, oh, people are going to go mad when that gets done. Because it was...
Oh, yeah.
We did it a few different ways. I said the 141, another one I scribbled 141 on a piece of paper and handed it over. And just when we were shooting that scene, we just knew that it was like, this one's going to land big.
That hits the nostalgia bone for sure. And a scene I really loved as well was you and Kyle in the car, and there was just that amazing dialogue. Like some of the lines you had, like we get what's the one?
We get dirty, no one else stays clean.
Yeah, that's an amazing line. Just every line that you say in that whole sequence is quotable. Like
Brian Bloom, our writer, he's fantastic. And interestingly enough, Brian as well was the lead actor in Infinity. What was the game?
Infinity Warfare.
Infinite Warfare. Yeah.
Infinite Warfare. Sorry. Yeah.
Infinite Warfare. So the main character in that, right? That's Brian, and Brian
Bloom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he is our main writer for Call of Duty.
Oh, you're kidding! I'm trying to get him on. I didn't know he was the writer. Wow.
There's a lot of writing for this as well. So I don't know if he credited. Maybe I've just outed him. I'm going to get sacked now. but yeah, he's brilliant. And so that scene was a lot of fun. And me and Kyle, passed it back and forward, and a bit more of that as well. Seeing a relationship with Gaz grow as well. See him grow in this game. Not to be the new guy will be interesting for him. But yeah, they'll have some good ideas. And of course we've got Ghost coming in, doing a bit more this time as well. So.
People were happy about that, weren't they? That's a character that is another one that's just...
On and off screen, I mean, I don't know if you've come across Jeff in the gaming community, but he's an interesting cat anyway. hilarious, funny, huge. You know, he makes me feel small, and I'm 6'3". So
tall is he?
He's about 6'5", 6'6". Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's big. So so I don't like him. I don't like standing by him. You have to have somebody in between us that's smaller than me to make me feel better. No, jokes aside, he's great. So having you know, Jeff in there with Neil, who's going to be playing Soap, and you know, Claudia and Shad and Elliot, and yeah, it's good. I look forward to seeing them all again when I'm allowed back in the United States, I guess.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, because they can't continue the game without you being in the US.
No, but to be fair, you know, we could start with. I mean, I can do a lot of voice work from anywhere.
Yeah, true.
And I'll be over there at some point when we start doing the studio stuff. I can be there. All jokes aside.
Yeah. Fizzy Phil says, much love from New Zealand to the both of you. Loved your performance in the game, Barry, and it's one of my favourites. Any advice on voice acting? Fizzy Phil.
Ooh, hi, Phil. Voice acting is for taking a chance, making big choices, trying different things. You have the opportunity to play around, really. You know, if you're fortunate enough to have a voice that people like listening to, you know, really just be aggressive with it, really push it, take chances. You get a million and one takes, and it's always worth just throwing something that you think might be odd. A lot of honey and lemon, in my experience, is needed.
That's a bit specific to you, though, I think, isn't it?
If you happen to be playing Captain Price, which means I've lost my job, use some honey and lemon. Fella before told you.
How did you? What did you think when you finally saw the game and the graphics and the cutscenes? Because they're just the detail in this game is unbelievable. Yeah. It really is.
Yeah, it blew me away because we get to see stages of it through development. Yeah. So when we first go, you know, they'd show you the initial rendering and stuff like that, and you'd see bits, and then we'd see some of the scans that we went and got, the face scans and the dental scans and all that, and then they'd show you your face come up on the screen, and a company called Blair was doing it, and their animation was incredible. And then when we saw it, it was just, oh my God, my admiration for the talents that it takes to go from the very small part that we do in acting the scenes to getting all of that information into a computer world and creating what they create it just blows me away. It's really cool because it's, you know, I've been in the acting industry a long time, you know, from 1999 was when I started. So like I've never come across this kind of talent before, and it's really encouraging when you're in the arts and you can appreciate somebody else's art form, and the work that everybody does, getting that from what we do to the game is beyond my level of ability, and I'm in huge admiration with it.
How many days did you work on the performance capture in the state compared to just voices and lines?
Oh, I mean, it was basically 2.5 years, and we're still filming for that game. So probably 3 years worth of filming for one game. So there's a lot. There was a lot of days. I don't know the exact.
Too many to count.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot. Yeah. It was a lot more than I thought, because what happens is levels change through development all the time. So the cutscenes are pretty done, and it's about actor availability to get everybody together to film the cutscenes, and there's a set amount of those, and you know, we get those done. But then in level stuff is continually evolving. So something you might shoot, the end of that level has disappeared and been replaced by something else. You'll come back in and reshoot that ending, and then this other section of the game has come in the middle of that level now, so you'll go in and do that bit. So that's how it kind of adds up and up and up as you go forward.
Was there any, like, I think you mentioned this at a behind the scenes video I saw of you, but I'll ask you again, the actual training aspects, like having the proper way of clearing a room. How much of that sort of stuff did you do?
Well, I was lucky, and as I say, that I'd trained for a show to play a Navy SEAL, so I'd had 2 years worth of weapons training physical training, mental training, and also just getting to hang around with this dog's banging on the door.
I know the feeling. Don't worry. I know the feeling. You know, mine will probably be. My dog will probably be banging on this door any moment now as well.
He's being quiet anyway. So I'd just getting to hang around with them, to be honest. Like, you know, a couple of times we'd camped out and sat around with them, you know, at the fire and kind of listened to stories about their experiences in certain war zones and things like that. And
oh wow!
And so I felt very relaxed in that. One of the things they taught us, and one of the things that was important when you're playing one of these guys in anything, in a movie, in a video game, a TV show, whatever, is to get away from the, oh, big tough guy. You know what I mean? Which I'm doing the voice because the voice is a tough guy voice. But
I know what you mean. Yeah.
In order to move like them and kind of and embody what they're actually like as people, they're just really chill. They're just really fucking good at what they do. Like, you know, we've all got our talents, right? And when you know you're good at something, you relax because you're good at it. And people are like, wow, how do you shoot like that? Well, I do a lot of hours practicing it, and I relax when I do it because I know I'm good. So they've kind of got that air of they're just very chill.
They're not as full on as you'd expect from the
movies. Yeah,
movies.
Exactly. When you see, you know, you see a lot of bad kind of performances in movies where directors are like, just go crazy. Oh my God, I got a man. You know, the truth of the matter is these guys are tier 1 because they're cold.
They're calm.
And calm.
Collected. Yeah.
And their heart rate slows and they're relaxed and they can make the shots and make the calls and remain neutral. That's what is needed in those situations, you know, and it's a bloodline. It's a bloodline that has run, you know, for right through history. Those warriors who used to run out of the swords and survive those battles, you know, the blood runs through them. I'm certain, you know, it's there without a shadow of a doubt. It's genetically there in our society now for people who do that.
They're incredibly brave people.
Huge admiration. Huge.
Unbelievable.
It's incredibly selfless. You know, you do a very dangerous job for people you'll never meet. And
so were you going to do that? Were you going to do that at one point? Were you thinking about it?
No.
Okay.
No, because to be honest, the difference between me is, and this happened when I was doing the training with the military as well, is I'm very outspoken and very individual in a lot of ways. So I'm very opinionated, and so I tend to, and I don't like when I deem to see injustice. So if I see somebody who I think is being picked on, it makes me really angry. And so I don't just get in line and go, yes, sir. I go, what the fuck you just said to him? That's out of order. So like, I don't work very well. And also how old was I when I did that? I was like 35 by the time I'd done this training. So maybe if I'd done it at 17, 18, I'd have been a bit more malleable. But by the time I was 35, I'm almost 40.
Oh, wow. You're looking good.
Thank you.
Ghost Hunter says, do we know who's playing Soap Macintosh? I don't think we do yet, do we?
I don't know if it's been announced, so I don't want to announce his name.
But you've got an idea. You've got an idea who it is.
I know exactly who it is, but cool. I want him to have a nice press release, so I'm going to let him have that.
Yeah, exactly. No, of course. Take Bike says, hey, Barry, do you think you'll say no to Activision or Treyarch to do Price, or do you think you would try and do another character? I don't know.
You always say no, that's how you get more money. No. I think it, you know, to hark back to the very first thing you said, you know, it's a real honor to play a character like Price in a game of this size, and so I know the amount of people who would kill to have this role, and so I'm not arrogant with it. So I'll be very excited.
That's awesome. Fandom Death Trap says, hi, Barry, you're amazing and by far my favorite Price ever, but may I ask who plays Soap? We just touched on that. Sorry, we cannot.
Check the press releases in a few weeks or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. What about the dynamic between you and Farah? I thought that was amazing because no romance, no sexual tension, none of that crap. It's just we've got your back. We've got each other's backs. You know?
Yeah, 100%. And we that was something Claudia and I, just we didn't fuck about. It was like literally just business. It was a mutual respect of two warriors who understand each other on a deeper level than sex. You know what I mean? It was just she plays such a great character, and she's brilliant in The Boys as well. By the way, if you haven't seen the new season.
Oh yeah.
So
she's awesome.
I can't wait to do more with Claudia. Actually, it'll be a good laugh because she's around the 141 now. So
and she's Australian, isn't she?
She is.
Got that right? Yeah.
She is. Yeah.
Oh, we got a few good ones over here.
Broad as well, like a full-on accent,
full-on Aussie.
Absolutely.
Worse than me.
A little stronger than you, yeah.
Yeah, wow. She does all right then.
Yeah.
She does all right.
There's a good variable.
Have you ever been over here before?
I haven't. I was due to come over to. I was due to come over to do a Comic-Con convention thing for Call of Duty this summer, but obviously the world went to shit and it didn't happen. So, but I'm sure it will. I've got family over, so I will go see them somewhere. They're in Perth, so I'll go see them at some point.
Oh, I tell you what, why do everyone from London and the UK go to Perth?
Because that's where you put them.
Literally, all the UK guys.
Yeah, Perth's lovely. Go over there with all the other English and stay out of ours.
Is that because they know all the other English are there?
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
That's what you're doing. It's just like, we do want you to come to the country, but don't, we want Australians though. If you could just stay with all the other immigrants, that'd be nice.
Oh, because it's literally
that's fair enough. That's fair enough because we colonised the fuck out of everywhere, so we deserve parts of.
Hey, there's more English than Australians in Perth nearly now.
Oh, well, it was like that in LA. It was getting embarrassed in LA. I was like, my God, we need some Americans here. It's like, God, yeah.
Yeah.
One visa at a time.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to ask you as well about the interrogation scene, which I watched again today. That's a full-on scene.
Yeah, and I remember that again when that one came in. I was a little apprehensive because I thought because obviously the kid was involved, and I thought this is right on the edge of snuff. You know what I mean? I was like, this is a bit dangerous. But I rang up the director straight away, and we kind of discussed what the options were. What was going to
were you against it, or were you just wondering where they were going with it?
I just wanted to be assured what the parameters of that level were, like what could be done.
Yeah.
Could you shoot the kid? Could you, I mean, obviously you can't control everyone's gaming experience, and obviously everyone's going to try it at some point. But I was like, if they shoot the kid, does blood go everywhere and the game continues? Blah blah blah. He's like, no, if they shoot the kid, the game's over. It goes to black. You don't see it. Blah blah blah. If you shoot I just wanted to know like how they were going to animate that level, because the story, I was for the story, like understanding what these guys do, it's fair game. I mean, you use whatever tool you can to achieve an objective, but I just wanted to know that it was going to be done tastefully, and the same with, I remember I sat down and they showed us the young Farah level, where
that's confronting as well.
That's one of the first levels I saw, and then I realized really what game we were making, and I was extremely proud because I said, you couldn't make this game even in really high-end independent film right now. It would be
it's too full on.
It would be too on the edge, yeah. It really is the only medium that you can tell stories to that depth because we're so immersed in them, because you're in control, so therefore you can't complain truthfully about the experience because it's individual to you, and so I was, when I'd watched that, I thought, okay, wow, they're not pulling any punches, and I think it was fascinating that they showed that so that we knew where Farah was coming from and what a terrorist on paper was and is at times, and as we say famously, it's not black and white, it's grey. And that's kind of where we are.
Yeah, no, that is... I remember actually making a video on all the confronting scenes, because it was just what... It was... I'd never seen it in a Call of Duty. Like, they've just gone so bold in this one and just so, on the edge, as you say.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely went for it and
pushed the limits, but never went too far, I guess. Did they?
No, there's. I mean, I don't profess to know the ins and outs of it, but like in the movie industry, I imagine there's parameters with which you have to reach either side of it. So. They'll do that, and it's what's interesting about the next games coming up is you always have to up the ante a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see what we do, where we go, and obviously, very famously in the second Modern Warfare, they did something a bit mad. So we'll see what they do.
I'm really curious to know if they're gonna follow some similar beats, because there's some amazing moments in Modern Warfare 2, as you would know, and some betrayals,
I imagine, the minds behind it are fantastic and incredibly passionate about the series. So they won't want to miss the opportunity to honour. And I think they did enough in honouring, our past gaming experience while still giving everybody a new tale and a new world to explore. So I think there'll be more of that. Nods to the old.
But it won't be following the same, no. Yeah.
Not 100%, because, I mean, who'd want to play that?
Yeah, exactly. No, 100%.
But I would like to see a lot more in Verdansk, actually. I think some levels actually within Verdansk would be quite cool now. Everybody knows that city in and out. It would be like... I thought the other week it'd be nice to do some cutscenes actually in places people recognise so much now. So
it's weird because with all this Warzone stuff now integrating into the story, I don't know how it all works. Sometimes it's hard to keep a track of it all.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're probably sick of saying Verdansk and Bravo 6 going dark. How many times have you said those?
Fucking stadium. Jesus.
Far out.
Been killed again. That's what I say when I'm playing it. Fuck, it started. That's like my gaming experience. I think I'm doing really well. And then bang! Oh, for fuck's sake.
You're missing out on a viral video opportunity where you turn the mic on and just play Price. Do the voice to all these kids.
I will do it. Maybe I'll do something.
You've got to do it.
Second game. I'll start sneaking on.
Literally 1 million views in a day.
Yeah,
you've got to do it.
I might hold you to that. I might do something.
Amit says, does Barry know any other voice actors or actors like Roger Clark from Red Dead Redemption? Love you, Barry. Greetings from Turkey.
I don't know him. I love his work. I love that game.
Yeah.
Again, I thought, it's the voice is such an interesting thing. What was interesting for me, I mean, I actually haven't seen Roger. Like, does he look the same as the character, or are they animated a different face?
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a similarity, yeah.
Because what was interesting about, because I remember with Master Chief, the guy who did the voice for Master Chief for a long time. I remember watching a video about him back in the day, and for him it's an interesting one because he gets the anonymity of this iconic. If he decides to play ball with the voice, then everyone's like, oh fuck, it's him. But like with with me and the Red Dead Redemption, it's like, oh, it's your face. So like I keep my beard's not as long as it is. I tend to not have a price beard as much as possible, so I can as soon as I put that on my face, I'm done for. But
the wife, is it anything like me? She's like, shave that shit off.
Leave it off, yeah. Well, I did have one. I had a quarantine beard up to last week, and it was pretty good. I was enjoying it. I can't and let it be, and I was pretty excited. And then I had a couple of audition tapes come through in which I had to look madly handsome. So I had to shave the fucking
thing off. That won't be hard.
What it's like though when you've been growing a beard. It's so annoying when you have to shave it down. Like it takes so long to fucking get it to funny. And then you're back to square one. Your face is a different shape, and you're like, I don't know, I don't recognize my own face.
Well, without this, I look 12, so I've got to keep something on.
Well, without this, I look 37. So,
Alexander says, why are Dan's streams and videos always so fun to watch? You could probably answer that.
Well,
Barry.
I guess anyways, there was somebody saying why do people like watching people play video games? Because I remember a friend of mine said that to his son. He was being very daddish and saying, "Well, why you sat there watching that other guy play his game? You playing it yourself." And his kid said to him, "Well, you watch other fellas play football." And he was like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
Totally bothered, totally won, and then I totally understood what it was as well. And it was like it's elite sports, and so other people are much better at it than you, and so you watch them, and you watch them be something like you would like to aspire to, same as you would with a Premier League, sportsman, like you know what I mean, or sport. Yeah, 100%.
So touching back on if because you mentioned you had played the other Call of Duties, did you get a chance to actually play this Modern Warfare? Sit down, headphones on, and play it, or not? Be honest with me.
No, I've played. Where am I up to? I'm up to. This is how long it takes me to actually get time in the game. I'm up to the level where Price and Kyle are lights out. I think it's called, where he's going through. Before they get Hadia, so basically it's quite early on. So I'm up to there, getting through it bit by bit.
Do you reckon you'll ever beat it or what?
I don't know. I don't know if I will. Because I just tend to look around. I just tend to walk around it, and I'll try and see the sets and stuff like that. Because
literally every voice actor I've talked to, they don't play. They just watch the cut. They never play through.
Yeah, I did just watch the cutscenes on day one. Yeah,
you did. Yeah.
Went on YouTube. What's the work look like? But I do enjoy playing it, and I've enjoyed having a go at a Warzone and try and be slightly decent. But
you're not a gamer. You've got a kid. You've got kids, don't you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I used to play a lot of a game called Football Manager, like a lot of it.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's addicting, I've heard.
Yeah, back in the day, a lot of it. A lot of hours went into that. So that was kind of my game, I guess. Which a lot of people don't even consider a game because you don't play anything. You just pick the team and...
But I understand it. It's hitting the fantasy league 100%. Sort of stuff, But it wasn't around back then, yeah. 100%. William Jansen says, "Hey Barry, how was it working with Chad Elliott, Claudia in scenes? Any advice getting into acting in the UK, especially motion capture? Love your working with the COD community." William Jansen.
Thanks, William. Well, working with Chad and Claudia and everyone, as I said before, they're all fantastic pros. Chad himself, from the Sniper series that he does, he has an awful lot of experience in the game as well. So very easy to work with, lovely man. And as far as advice in the industry,
you already gave a bit before, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Honey and what was it? Honey and a cup of tea.
Honey and lemon. That's just for voice work. If you want to do real acting, some other stuff. You've got to have complete and utter belief in yourself, because I would be deemed in some circles successful. I've had a 9-to-1 no to yes ratio in my career, right? So even when you're doing well, as they would say, I get more no's than I get yeses regarding jobs and things like that. So you really from the get-go be able to be like, okay, I'm not right for this job. I'm not taking that personally. They don't want to employ my particular skill set or how I interpret that character. That does not mean that I have to pander to what I think they want. Just give them what you fucking do. This is what I do. And if you want to employ that. But
don't try to be someone else.
Never try and compromise to try and work out what it is they want. Because quite frankly, they don't fucking know most of the time until they see it. So you have to be you. And the only thing that separates you from a million other actors on the planet is your synapses and how you interpret those words on that page. Otherwise, you're just doing a carbon copy of what Tony from Stockport is doing, And so you need to be you, unapologetically you, believe in yourself, and fuck it, have fun. That's it.
That is such great advice, brother. Such great advice. I don't have the experience you do, but I tell my brother the same thing because he's trying to get into acting. here in Australia. It's a bit tougher here, less jobs, but yeah, it's just believing in yourself, isn't it? Adele says, "What football team do you go for?" I'm guessing it's Liverpool.
It is Liverpool, unquestionably, undoubtedly. There's never a second. Well, but I did marry an Evertonian, so my wife supports Everton. So we have a real...
Ooh, that's an interesting Friday night.
I spent my whole life avoiding them and then married one by mistake.
Did you get swung by any of the American sports when you were over there, or
no? Because they're bloody... No. I quite liked American football that they play with their hands, ironically.
It's not like rugby, though. Come on.
No, it's not. It's not. But I did enjoy that. I watched that. I just didn't have time because I'm quite consumed. I do love watching the football. So I'll be up at I was up at 4 a.m. all the time to watch the games there. So I didn't have enough passion.
You're that dedicated? I was going to ask, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would be, yeah.
I didn't have enough left in me to explore another sport. But, baseball is interesting, but it was more the soccer for me,
Soccer, yeah. Does that rile you up when they call it soccer?
It riles me up when they call football and they use hands. that's my thing. And they don't use a ball. But
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
Not the case. Yeah.
Meme Lord says, "What is your favorite COD character besides Price? Do you have a favorite?"
I always liked, predictably, I liked Soap. I thought Soap was great. And
yeah.
Who else?
There's a few to pick from. Tell you what.
Good Ghost as well. I thought Ghost was underwritten in the last one. So, although I do like what the new version is doing, so I think everyone's going to really like Ghost go forward as well. So that could be fun.
Yeah. I also saw on your Instagram that you sing and play guitar, and is that just a natural gift that you got? Because you got a bloody good voice, man.
Thank you. I was a musician before I was an actor, so I was in bands, punk bands, rock bands for a long time, and I kind of did both at the same time. To be honest, I do plays and like small scale theatre alongside like going around doing gigs in the back of vans around the UK and Ireland, and it kind of amalgamated with, I did a movie called In His Life, the John Lennon Story for NBC in 99. That was my first job, as they wanted musician actors in that, and so the two came together, and that was my world. So interesting.
Were you ever going to pursue that as a career, or was it always acting?
It was both. It was I was gonna win. That's what I knew as a kid growing up. I was gonna win. I was gonna be a success. But I didn't say it was gonna be this or this or this. And I didn't really know what a fucking success was, and I still don't, because I don't think there is. I think you're a success if
it's by your own measure, isn't it?
I think you're a success if you get up in the morning and you're happy, and you provide for your family. You do well. Success isn't measured by money or, success is happiness. Success is happiness in yourself. That's truly, that's having, gone and lived other people's considered dreams. I suppose it's not gonna fix anything. You got to do that yourself.
I guarantee most of the people here would be happier than most billionaires and millionaires out there. It's definitely not about money at all. Although they can live more comfortably, sometimes there's even more problems when so much money is involved.
Money will give you freedom, so you can, I want to go here, I want to go here, but ultimately, like I say, unless you do the work on yourself, I do a lot of meditation, I do a lot of breath work.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's incredibly important, and that's when you find happiness and relaxation and things like that. The dog agrees, and that's it. And no amount of fame or money or adoration is gonna do that for you. You gotta do the work, and it's some of the hardest work ever is self work, and that's why nobody fucking does it, because self reflection's tough. But I would advise people to do it as early and as young as possible because it's invaluable and it's free and it's easy. And yeah, just fucking sit there in the quiet and listen to you. Observe your own thoughts and listen to how many times you say the same shit to yourself throughout the day. And just be aware of it and you'll stop it. It's crazy. All right, sweetheart, I can hear you. You can be like that.
Do you want to let her out again, or are you all good?
I will.
Is it she or he?
It's a she.
She, yeah. Mine's a sook as well. Don't you worry.
Go on.
It's funny that you say meditation because, again, a lot of actors I talk to do meditation and do these breathing techniques, and it seems to be actors, like most actors do. Is there a correlation there? Why the two?
I think we are. Well, if you're doing it right, you should be quite an emotional creature. I mean, that's kind of part and parcel of the job. You should be pretty emotionally intelligent if you want to do it. And so with that comes, you've kind of got to know yourself to get yourself out of the way to play characters. So, you will have done some degree of self-work without realizing it. You'll also, acting requires you pulling in on sometimes personal trauma or personal triggers. And so you've got to get good at knowing what they are and not letting them rule your head if you open the door to it. If a scene requires pain of some description, you have to access that in your psyche. You want to know what it is, where it comes from, and how to manage it, so that it's not self-destructive. And that's why a lot of people in the arts can kind of lose themselves a little bit if they're not wiping their feet on the way in and wiping them on the way out.
Do you believe in method acting?
I believe in whatever it takes to make the actor comfortable to perform that role. I've done it with
You've
Six.
done method acting before?
Did the training, lived pretty much in the mindset of a Navy SEAL for a long time.
Did it help?
What I would read, what I would eat, where I would go, what I would drink, that kind of thing. It helps only that, as I say, I've been in the business a long time, so I try. I've just read the fantastic book on Sanford Meisner, so I'm using his technique at the moment for other jobs that are coming up. So I kind of, different teachers, different scholars, I'll kind of read up on and try different things for a different role. More so for me, just to keep everything interesting and keep it fresh, because even the best scholars, even Meisner himself, will say a lot of acting coaching is by the by, in that a lot of the top class actors who came out of any of those courses kind of succeeded in spite of what they did, not because of. Like, they were great when they went in. Like Al Pacino, went into Lee Strasberg, fucking brilliant anyway, and then kind of came out with a technique, but was always great. You know what I mean? It was he was always going to be Al Pacino. So that's not to lessen their work, because it's it's important to have a toolbox as much as possible.
I want to ask you a few more questions on that subject, but can you just shut these guys up and say the line? You know what it is. They are hassling me to ask you for the one line. Oh,
right. I'm going to say it. Bravo 6, going dark.
Thank you. I'll tell you what, it's spot on. Oh, okay. Yeah, you've done it a few times, haven't you?
I've done it a few times, yeah.
Do you have any favourite directors or actors or movies? I love to ask this because I'm a big movie buff myself. So I just like to get in the mindset.
I love Tarantino. I mean, I was obsessed with, back in the day, I knew every word to Reservoir Dogs. I kind of printed out the script myself and typed it. I used to record the scenes on a tape recorder, so I'd all the scenes on the dialogue back, because I just loved the way he wrote dialogue. So
isn't it incredible?
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs is right up there. A movie called Dead Man's Shoes by Shane Meadows, stars Paddy Considine, Toby Kebbell.
Don't think I've seen that.
That's top 2 movies of all time for me.
Really? Okay, maybe I'm not a movie buff.
Dead Man Shoes. Check that out. It's he also did a movie called This Is England. I don't know if you've seen that as well. But This Is England, Dead Man Shoes, Reservoir Dogs, and what would my fourth one be? Armageddon.
You got to sneak that, yeah. That's a pretty diverse list.
I think look, Armageddon from a non-snobby position is a movie of nonsense. The science, the performances sometimes make no sense. The characters are a bit mad, but it's like as a piece of popcorn, it's fucking great. It pulls on your heartstrings every time. It's nuts. Love it.
Oh yeah, you gotta love it. Nathan asks, "Are you into Marvel movies?"
I am not really. Not to say that I don't like them. I'm one of the few. I haven't watched any of the Avengers movies. I've watched the first 40 minutes of the first Avengers movie, and that's it. I've not seen any of Iron Man. I've not seen any of the Hulk. Hulk hasn't got one, has he? I just haven't seen any Thors, just because they haven't come into my existence, I guess. But that just means I've got them to watch, because I'll get around to it at some point. Not that I dislike them. I just haven't watched them.
Yeah. I'll ask you a few more before I let you go, mate. I really appreciate your time. Any projects coming up for you this year, or did last year throw a spanner in the works?
Last year is a crazy one. I've done a lot of Call of Duty stuff, which has been fantastic in this period, and still am doing, which is great. And there's always a ton of irons in the fire with stuff here, which hopefully we'll be able to talk about soon. But
so everything's under wraps, that you can't talk about anything. That's the life of an actor, isn't it? Really?
Pretty much, yeah. But
yeah, but that's good. You're working.
Yes,
that's good. Any ideas on season 3? Gilmero asks. It's only just season 2, brother. I don't think
of 6. Unfortunately, no. That will not be making any more of that. Again, the History Channel just stopped making scripted TV shows. Really.
Yeah.
So that was it was a very expensive show to make as well. 6. Like
really.
He spent a lot on Black Hawk helicopters. Yep. So and a lot of ammunition.
So it needed the viewership numbers or something, or is it just?
Yeah, there's always a lot of reasons behind why shows don't go. You know, if you read like articles or message boards, it's like, oh, it just nobody watched. It's not necessarily always that. It's just down to finances and all kinds of different things coming in. What the network is doing as a whole and what they want to make, and we had a lot of support from a lot of great people at the History Channel and A&E, and they just how it is. Yeah. Sometimes 4 episodes is better than 700 anyway.
Marcus says you deserved an Oscar for Captain Price. I think that's not the right award, but you'll take.
Yeah, I mean, if I get one, I'll take it. Maybe if they do a Call of Duty movie, which they've been talking about for forever.
Surely you'll be Price in that, because you look like Price.
I would hope so. I mean, it is my head and face, but they tend to worry about things like box office numbers and all these things, and
those old things.
I'll give it to Liam Hemsworth, which good old Aussie.
But Call of Duty, like 600 million, Modern Warfare did in 3 days. I don't know how many it sold. 30 million now plus.
Upwards of 300 million, wasn't it? It was a lot.
Oh, crazy! How? What about surely that would translate in a box office scenario? You know what I mean?
I have no doubt that the Call of Duty community would go watch it. From what I can make out, it's incredibly difficult to write.
Yeah.
I think you have to approach it like a universal model, like a Marvel universe, and kind of do origin stories and then kind of bring them together for a Avengers. I think that would be the way I'd approach it if I was given the.
And the first one would be a Price movie, yeah.
I think if I wrote it, the first 3 would be a Price movie, and then he'd get around to then he'd make Task Force 141, 4 Task Force 141 movies, and then he'd move out from there.
So you'd be in the first 6 movies, are you?
I'd be in the first 6 movies, and then I'd retire. Then we could bring in some young blood.
That's brilliant. So, what? Anything else for today planned, mate? Before I let you go, I do really appreciate it, mate.
I'm going into a writing session now with a friend of mine. We're writing a TV series about.
Oh, you're actually writing, yeah?
Yeah, in the 1980s. So we're getting on to talk about that after I finish with you, and then I'm back into homeschool mode, Dad, for the last lessons of the day, and then yeah, awesome.
In terms of writing, is that something you do a lot?
Yeah, I love it. I write poetry and short stories, and
wow,
this is kind of like this one's like an ode to our childhood in the UK and in Liverpool, and he's from Sunderland, growing up as kids, and our families and life, football, music.
You grew up with him?
Yes. Well, no, but when we put our 2 stories together, we effectively had the same childhood, even though we were like 200 miles apart.
Yeah, right.
England is very similar to Liverpool, is similar to Leeds, is similar to Manchester, is similar to, similar parts of the whole UK.
Yep.
So yeah, it's just our pop at the establishment. It's fun.
All right, guys, you can follow Mr. Barry here on Instagram. Is the big one, Barry? Barry Sloane, yeah.
Barry Paul Sloane on Instagram. And then Barry Sloane on Twitter, but they've locked me out of that at the moment, and they won't. They don't
really?
They don't seem to believe it's me trying to get it back. So my Twitter account is kind of sat there, but
IG's the place to be, eh?
That's where I'm active, as they say.
At least you're on some, because some actors just have no presence at all.
Yeah, it's because they're trying to be mysterious. Pretend they're interesting. I just lay it all down. This is what I do.
Yeah, I think you got to have something these days. Otherwise, yeah. Thank you so much, mate, for taking the time. Before you go, can I get a Dan? We're going dark.
Yeah, we're not like that.
That hurt deep. That hurt deep. But I understand.
Right. Dan Allen, you and I are going dark now.
Oh man, I hope we do this again for the next for the sequel, brother. It's been a blast. Thanks so much, man. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye-bye.
What a man. Thank you so much to Barry for giving us the time today. We got about an hour with him. What a legend. What a great guy, hey? What an absolute belter of a guy. Hopefully we can get him back on for the next Call of Duty, next Modern Warfare, which it sounds like he hasn't started it yet, but you can't... we can't take everything he says because he can't say much. So, Tyne, good to see you, brother, in here. I think what you'll find is he can't say much about future projects, but I would say that the next Call of Duty is not far away. That the next Modern Warfare, we know there's going to be a sequel. He pretty much, confirmed that, didn't he? If it hasn't already been confirmed, that we are getting that sequel. So that's awesome. Guys, thanks for stopping by. Another great stream. What do you reckon? Got some great questions out of him. Enrico, nice Dan. Thank you, man. Bell. Don't worry, guys. If you are just jumping in right now, we are going to have this as a VOD, and I'll have some clips pumped out as well on the channel as well. And wait till you see who we've got next, guys. So next up, we've got Chad. You know Chad? Alex from Call of Duty. He's coming on next, guys. So we're going to talk all things Modern Warfare 2019 with him. Are you excited? Chad Michael Collins. We're going to get him on next. So yeah, I'm giving you guys, everyone, hopefully, that you want to see. Matthew, will you interview Adler? I've actually already interviewed Adler, mate. I've got it on the channel. You can check that out. Next, please, Onion Woods. I tried to get Damon on, and I don't think he's doing any interviews. I understand why, because there's been some backlash with his character, and he doesn't want to have any negativity. So I don't think we're going to get him, but I'll try. If you harass him on Twitter, if you guys can harass these guys on Twitter. But yeah, we got Echo31 on next, and he's actually a big Call of Duty Warzone player. He's got a Twitch stream, so I want to dive deep into all that stuff as well. Thank you so much for sharing this. Thank you. No worries, Texa. No name, have a great night, Dan. No, you too, brother. Thank you for stopping by, guys. Great to see you all in here. We had a pretty healthy number of people in here, and we had some good questions. Hopefully I got to them all. It does go quite quick. I wouldn't mind getting Ghost on. Some of the classic characters, guys, we're talking the original Ghost Price. Some of these guys, they're very hard to get, but I'll do my best. But I tell you what, guys, wait till you see who I've got lined up. Okay? This man that I'm lining up, if all goes well, he is, in my opinion, one of the greatest voice actors in games, period. I'm not going to give you any more than that, but I'm pretty sure we've got him. And wait, you're going to be excited. I know I was excited. Tell you what. I love this guy. So hopefully we can get him on. But we've got Alex on next. Chad Michael Collins is going to come on next week, guys. I will pump out the date and time for that on my Twitter or on my Instagram. You can follow me there for all the updates. FBI, have a good day, Dan. Thank you so much, man. Next up, Jamie Gray Hyder, a.k.a. Rosé. Yeah, you reckon? Hey, Infinite Warfare needs to get some love. I wouldn't mind having Kit Harrington on the show. Craig Fairbrass. I'm trying to get him. Guys, I need you to head over to his Twitter right now. Yeah? So if you're on Twitter, Craig Fairbrass, right? Head over to his Twitter. See that right here? Head over to this Twitter right now. And I want you to send him a message saying, get on Dan's show. Dan Allen Gaming. Tag me in it. We want him. Mr. Mo reckons it's Nolan North. Amit reckons it's Roger Clark. A lot of you saying Nolan North. That's interesting. The guy who voices Joel from The Last of Us. Troy Baker. Hey, do you reckon those two are the best ever to do it? I can't give anything away, but it's very exciting. Hi, Dan. How about Rich McDonald, aka David Mason? Yeah, I could get him on. Do you guys want to see that? I've also got in the works. I'm really giving you a behind the scenes here. I've also got in the works Barkov from Modern Warfare. What do you reckon? He was menacing villain. You think that'd be a good chat? Norman Reedus. Nolan North is a legend. Please get him on. Just tag me in it, guys. Send him a Twitter and we'll try and get as many of these guys on as possible. But I also had an idea of getting all the Cold War actors on at the same time. That'd be fun. Bruce, Lily. But yeah, what a blast that was talking to Barry. He was awesome. He really was, guys. I wanted to run something by you guys quickly here as well. Would you be interested in me playing through Cold War? Live on stream, going through it from start to finish? Is that something you'd be interested in? Or even Call of Duty 2019, Modern Warfare 2019? Is that something you'd watch? Let me know. Anime Legacy, Sam Worthington. Yeah, I get this a lot, guys. Sam Worthington is not coming on the show. He is notorious for not doing much media. So he's more chance of winning the lottery while being struck by lightning on a plane and crashing on an island. You got more luck doing that than getting Sam on a YouTuber's stream. But you know what? I'll try. I'll send that email every month. And I'll harass his manager until he comes on. What do you reckon? Anusha from Sri Lanka, brother. Nice to see you, man. You be interested in that? Yeah? Ghost Hunter? No name? I might do it. I might do it. But yeah, guys, if you're just jumping in, we just had a chat with Barry. What a fucking legend that guy is. And if everyone that donated, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It really helps run the show and rewards the hard work I try to put in, as much work as possible. It's now 1 a.m. here in Australia, past the bedtime, but I'm here for you guys to give you everything that you desire. Now, I need a favor from you as well. I need you to head into the Discord. If you do not know what Discord is, download it. Become a member so we can chat. And you can chat to me about all things Call of Duty. Matthew Buchanan. Good to see you, brother, in here. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. Matthew Buchanan. Brother. Speed run them both, you reckon? Yeah, I might stream Modern Warfare 2019 and Cold War, so look out for that. We got a bunch of stuff coming, guys. I've got a few more Hitman videos, some Call of Duty stuff, and you know the next Call of Duty's coming out this year, and well, we don't know it yet, but it should be. So I look forward to covering that game. Alanator. Is that my brother in the chat? Hey? How you doing, man? How was work? Imran Zakaya. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting him on as well. You want to know a funny story? I contacted who did I contact? What was the character? Let me tell you right now who it was. Oh, I'm trying to get on David Bateson. So he's Agent 47 from Hitman. What an iconic voice. It'd be awesome to get on. Simon Riley, yeah. What are you guys all playing at the moment? The old Captain Price, yeah, I'd love to get him on. Nah, guys, plenty more streams to come. We're going to try and get every single Call of Duty actor on. And next is Alex, Chad Michael Collins. He will be next week. And then after that, we got a big guest, a really big guest. No disrespect to Alex, but this next guest is unbelievable. So I can't wait to have him on, and I'll share more details very, very soon. But guys, I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much. I'm going to play this intro again. I don't know if anyone was here at the start, but I'm going to play this video again because I love it. It's awesome.
We've got a job to do. We've known each other for years. Fought together, bled together, been through the hell of Vietnam together. We've got a job to do.
And now the training's complete. You just need to give the subject a name.
Dan. Dan, we've got a job to do.
In the shadows. He'll send us in to find them.
126 Actual. Target is in the main house. You have execute authority.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
If he lives and we die, his truth becomes written and ours is lost.
Your cities will surrender. Broken and weak. We will not fail.
They were hostages. When you take the gloves off, you get blood on your hands, Kyle. That's how it works. We get dirty, and the world stays clean. That's the mission.
How quickly they forget that all it takes to change the course of history is the will of a single man.
It's not over yet. Trust me.
CIA's analysts consider him to be the single largest threat to free will.
Did you get the plane I ordered?
That's a hell of a request, but give me enough time and I can have one parked outside.
They got Mountain Dew, they got Doritos, they got,
do they really? They do not.
I'm serious. These guys are sitting there drinking Mountain Dew, playing a game.
Are you being cheeky, Dan?
I have mad respect for you. You've earned my respect.
There is no higher duty. There is no higher honor. The entire free world will benefit. I know you won't fail us.
I'm a goddamn onion, Mason. You should know that.
Later, Belle. Peace. Thank you so much for having me. Honestly, it's so fun, and I love talking about this.
Hey, Danny, again, I think you're special. What you do is special. You're goddamn good at this.
I'll have to do it again. Thanks so much, man.
Anytime. Pleasure, man. Take care.
Take care.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you too.
Wanting to be involved, and thank you for all the work you're doing in the space and keeping people involved in the game. And I think it's just beautiful. And it's
How good is that? Come on. Come on. Come on, guys. I love that intro, outro. It's a little bit long, let me know, but my girlfriend's sister edited that just today. Come on, that's a pretty good intro. I cleaned it up a little bit, but that gets you hyped. Come on, we're going to add in Dan, we're going dark. We're going to add that into that intro as well. But guys, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate the love, the support. Every single one of you liking, subscribing, commenting. I watch. I read every single comment, so do not worry. You like the intro, Texa? Yeah? Jason, intro is great. Best outro ever. Beautiful. I'm glad you're enjoying it, guys. Dan, it's epic enough to interview so many characters. Thank you so much, man. All right, guys. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Alex next week. Stay tuned. Chad, Michael,